Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on CW11.
Well, a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome into Home Track Heroes on CW11. Caleb Hart, Derek Hobbs joining me this weekend on the TV show. We got you out from behind the camera to talk race cars. We're going to have a fun night, Derek. There's a ton of stuff going on here on Drive Auto Sports Night and our USA Birthday Bash.
Words cannot describe how excited I am to be on camera tonight.
You're thrilled.
Bad things had to happen for me to end up here, but we're going to make it through.
We're pulling you off the bench, buddy. We got a bunch that's going on. We're going to race on a whole bunch of different race courses, and then we're going to get weird towards the end of the show. We got a demo derby coming up, and Mr. Dizzy Stunt Jump coming up as well, so stay tuned for the full 2 hours. But first and foremost, Youth Hornets are on the track for their A main event, and let's get you their starting lineup. On the pole, Trinity Rosal, the 18T next to Trinity, the 14 of Preston Brentrin, sponsored by Skyline Decals.
Second row is the number 12 of Sage Frazier, sponsored by Party Chief Safety Apparel, and the 195 of Devin Jenkins.
Row number 3, 717 of Diesel Snyder in the Hare Inc. car. Chevy Vincent's the 45, the Dwayne Lanes of Arlington, number 45 machine.
In the last row, we have the 17 of Owen Craig, sponsored by Rick Chevron, and the 18 of Paisley Bender, sponsored by Wagley Creek Automotive.
All right, so 8 cars going around here on the 5th mile on the inside of Evergreen Speedway, and we're going to show off that. We're going to show off one of the road courses tonight. We've got Bump to Pass coming up. We have got midgets and trucks on the 3/8, amongst other things, and then, of course, Demo Derby and more. Bus is going to come up later in the show as well. As the green flag is out, we are underway, and a brilliant start for the 14 of Brantrin, who jumps out to an early couple car length advantage lead, Derek.
It looks like Chevy Vincent making a good outside run, picking up a few spots coming from the second to last row and trying to make that outside line work. As we have seen the Youth Hornets using that outside pavement, that new pavement to the backside of the 5th mile to get a little extra speed. And it has worked out for quite a few of them.
Absolutely. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we see a pass for the lead. Devin Jenkins makes his way past Brantrin and down the back straightaway. So Jenkins now a couple of car length advantage as the 717 of Snyder is working his way, trying to sneak inside and work his way into second. And Derek, a lot of new pavement down here on Evergreen Speedway as we watch the cars coming into turn 1 and 2. And I know you got to be a part, had to listen in on some of the planning for that. Did you guys expect it to change the racing like it has?
Well, we actually had plans to do a little bit more paving, but things just didn't work out with,
timing and circumstances. And
it was a little wet. We had,
the wettest spring of all time.
It's been a year. It's definitely been a year. So I think that's been the most surprising. Ooh, we got a spin in the 14 of Preston Brantrin.
Yep, around he goes, middle of the corner. Looks like we stay clean and green for the time being. So he was running second at one point in time and through that multiple car battle. Now he's to the back of the field. The rough break for him, but the race continues on and way out in front. That is the 195 of Jenkins.
Yeah, I think going back to the pavement, I think we definitely knew the access road. That was going to be a huge game changer for the Hornets, especially being able to go through there and opening up for different courses that we could run for the Hornets. But I think an unintended consequence was the Youth Hornets using that extra pavement on the backstretch.
And it's certainly improved. If we got to look at lap times here during the show, they certainly look like they're carrying more speed around this course and rolling freer to the point where you've now got 8th place starter Paisley Bender, who thanks a little bit to that dust up, but again, the extra speed she's been able to carry from back of the field has already worked her way up into 3rd position. A nice run by Paisley.
Yeah, definitely. It's the 18 car. The 18T, that was run by her sister back in the day in this class, if I remember right, wasn't it?
I think you are spot on. You're right. Brooklyn Bender was in that car as well as the JBR stable fields. Good race cars across the board from John all the way back in the day in the late model all the way down through the girls now and racing forward. And Paisley's worked her way up into position 2, getting around Snyder at about the halfway point of this main event. So she's worked her way from the back and now tries to track down Jenkins, who's out in front, has a nice healthy advantage.
It is nice to see Diesel have a little better run. I feel like he's had some bad luck the last couple times out for the Youth Hornets. So Diesel making a really good showing here. And the 195 of Devin Jenkins got a little loose there in turn 1, but still has quite a big lead there.
Well, he's going to have to deal with slower traffic coming up ahead of him. I believe that's Preston in the 14. And he is close to within a couple of car lengths of him now. How you handle these slower traffic can be a big deal, and especially considering Paisley Bender, like she was shot out of a rocket now coming into the screen. You can see she is carrying a ton of speed and closing the gap on Jenkins.
And it'll be interesting to see here now that she has caught him. If she takes a different angle here, she hasn't really been swinging super wide. I think she's looking to the inside here, maybe right here, make a pass.
Back straight away, Bender to within a car length, and you can see Jenkins is almost squaring the exit of the corner a little bit. Takes a wider berth into turn number 1 and 2. Makes the good defensive line down the back straightaway. Here comes Bender. She's going to take the wide entry into 3 and see if she can cross underneath here. Now your leader up onto slower traffic again. Quick line change and going to sneak his way underneath Sage Frazier. So the spot belongs to Jenkins, but he is feeling the heat.
Well, Paisley watched her sister race out here, and I believe that Paisley has not got a win yet in the Youth Hornets. So this, I'm sure, pretty exciting to be in this position. The question is how aggressive are you going to be with 4 laps to go?
Yep. Time running out. Oh, love tap. Nice save by Jenkins, and a good job by Bender backing out of it once she made the contact. That's the sportswomanly way to do that, as they'll work into 1 and 2 once again. Bender down to just 3 more times around and coming up on traffic in the form of the 18T of Russell. So we'll see how the slower traffic plays into effect here with 2 to go. Both underneath Russell without problems. Back straightaway. Jenkins leading down Bender. Bender is going to have 1 more time around. 1/5 of a mile left to decide your winner.
It looks like Paisley really, really wants to go to the inside. So it'll be interesting on this last lap if maybe she tries it up on the outside.
Oh, that was contact. Bender keeps her foot in it. Jenkins loses the spot. Bender comes through 3, off of 4. Car spun around that Snyder and checkered in a yellow at the same time. So this race is over. We are not going to be doing podium due to the length of the show today, so you can catch the podium interviews online on our YouTube channel. Check out Evergreen Speedway for that. And Paisley Bender gets the win. Congratulations, young lady.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting last lap. Most important, she gets the win.
Yeah, it doesn't show up on the winner's check or on the trophy that there was contact in the last lap. So
who knows? Things happen.
Yeah,
Crazy
that's right.
things happen.
It's a racing thing, right? So we move on to the Focus Midgets here on Home Track Heroes. These are the Northwest Focus Midgets. They're the lower horsepower of the midget division we're going to see here at Evergreen Speedway over the course of the year, but a fun group of cars. On the pole for this one is the defending series champion for the pavement midgets. That is the legend, Rebel Jackson Jr. in the 12J. Next to him, going to be one of the youngsters in the division, the 77 of Tyler West. Second row is Marty Muntz in the 86. Next to him, a guy we've seen at Evergreen Speedway in a couple different divisions. That's the 6S of Dwayne Swanson. Third row, Jason Thomas, kind of an open wheel expert, now climbing into a Focus midget on the pavement. He is inside row 3 in his maiden voyage here at Evergreen Speedway in the midget class. John Fugit next to him in the 5. Mark Krieger, the 15. Brian Hayes, the 3B. And Mark's brother, I believe, Dale Krieger, starting 9th on the field. So the midgets lined up for 25 times around the 3/8.
So actually, both Kriegers raced here in mini stocks. Dale actually he was one of the last guys to race on the 5/8 when we used to race the mini stocks on the 5/8, and he was the fast track holder on the 5/8 in the mini stocks.
Wow, that's a lot of speed for a little race car on the 5/8 as we go green, and it is Rebel Jackson Jr. shooting out to the early advantage. West gets a little bit sideways through the middle of 1 and 2, and I see caution lights on. We might try that again.
I didn't see anything that was too crazy on that start, but they didn't like it for some reason, I guess.
So with the midgets, they're either in gear or they're out of gear. Now, these are a self-starting division. They've got a clutch, so you don't have to see the Cascade Push Truck Association out there giving them a shove. They can change their gearing. They've all got quick changes in them, and some guys can gear up to get up to speed a little bit quicker. Some prefer the longer, slower game, depending on where they want to get to RPM. So Rebel was shot out of a cannon on the inside, but West was trying to stick with them. Let's see if we can get a smoother looking start this time.
So this class does run on the dirt for the most part, but they do have a separate I guess, championship for the pavement
Correct.
racing.
Yep, and from the most part, with the exception of West in this field, these guys have all turned into pavement specialists on this. You don't see a whole lot of them go, as we're going to get a green flag once again. For the most part, these are pavement cars. West will run some dirt, but these are the guys that are battling for the Pavement Series Track Championship, and that is a much better start, nearly side by side. In fact, wheel to wheel through 3 and 4, and I think Tyler West going to lead lap number 1. Nice move by the youngster.
Well, it's pretty impressive with it. He had that little wobble right at the start-finish line, so you didn't think he actually got a good start, but it seemed to work out for him.
He's got some car speed for sure, as he's opened up a couple of car lengths on Rebel Jr. Jackson has been a Northwest open wheel legend over the past, I'm going to say 30 years, but it might even be longer than that. Again, he is the defending series champ for the pavement. He is also a former NSRA competitor with the sprint cars, where he has won a bunch of races. Also ran super modifieds for a long time, the big offset, super quick cars with wings, and there he is starting to put some pressure on West in the 77s. You get the cool look from the infield as to how much speed they are carrying going into 1 and 2.
So the third place car, Dwayne Swanson, we have him in the Legends here quite a bit too. So we have a lot of guys that have a lot of experience on the 3/8s, just in different cars, sprinkled throughout the class.
And it's interesting, as we're going to talk more about this class and more what's going on in this main event coming up, as you're watching the Northwest Focus Midgets on the pavement here on Home Track Heroes and the CW11. Stay tuned. More after this. Back from Home Track Heroes, and drama ensues right away. Your race leader, Tyler West, off the pace and into the infield, handing the lead to Rebel Jackson Jr. They clipped off a ton of laps while we were gone, and Rebel now has a ton of space to spare and not a whole lot of time left on the raceway. A tough break for West, but Jackson, the beneficiary.
And pretty much every time they've been here, I think Rebel Jackson has at least been fighting for the win.
I remember a photo finish with him and Nick Larson, I believe on last year's Home Track Heroes, so that was a heck of a contest. And Rebel, again, he has dominated the series this year and is looking awfully good. It's just look how smooth he is coming off before. We were talking about all the experience that these guys and drivers have in different divisions here at Evergreen Speedway and how they would be able to translate that there's no substitution for being smooth, no matter what the race car is. And if you can learn to be smooth, whether it's in a mini stock, a wing sprint car, whatever, translate it to these short little wheelbase midgets, you're going to be in pretty good shape. As we're going to have a race a little bit further back in the field. Taking a look at it, Jason Thomas in car number 63 trying to hold strong and hold off. I believe hold off. That should be him in the third spot, and right in behind him, I'll put the 15 of, nope, make it the 5 of Fugit. So Fugit, the real elder statesman in the field, he is into his 70s, by the way, right on the back of Thomas, who's only in his second pavement race here with the series.
And that is our last podium spot, so it looks like that's the last kind of battle here, because I don't think anybody's catching Rebel on this one.
Now this one belongs to Rebel Jackson. Again, tough break for Tyler West, who was in control. You see him there in the infield, but this one going to go to Rebel Jackson Jr., who takes the checkered flag. A little ways back, there's Dwayne Swanson taking second, and a nice third. Good job holding off Fugit by Jason Thomas, who secures the final spot on the podium. Good deal. Fun race as the rest of the field comes through and finishes. And we'll come back here into our broadcast center as we get ready. A quick transition. We'll go from the little cars to something a little bit bigger. Let's go to the figure eight track, and it's time for the Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock figure eights, Derek. These guys are always a good time.
Yes, and you guys will see a lot of familiar cars with weird numbers.
Really?
So if you remember on the last time the Superstock figure eights were out, there was talk that was the last race for Quentin Borison with that car owner. The car was bought. You can see it right there.
Okay.
He is back in that car with the number 5.
All right.
So
interesting.
There was a little bit of drama there of what was going to happen there, but it looks like he is going to finish out the season in that car with a new number. And you also see an familiar orange car, the used to be 32 of Steve Cox is now the 1. So
Your defending track champion is
Yeah.
back. All right, cool. So Robert Weldon's on the pole, 63 car, All Ply Roofing LLC. Rick Jones right next to him in the 66. They make up row number 1. Row number 2, Bill Fleischacker, the Sound Stump Removal 36. Chuck Wittes in the 58 is next to him. Third row, Jeff Talbert, 72. Pilchuck Heating. RJ Mackey in the 69. Painted Raven Farms, his sponsor. Fourth row, 007 Jim Powers, Pilchuck Heating. And the 55 JE of Jessica Wilkinson, also sponsored by Pilchuck Heating. Fifth row's Mike Steltz. The Metro Construction 67S is back with us. Next to him, it is the other 67, the BECU 67 of Mackenzie Dietz. Then that back row, Quentin Borison in the 5, sponsored by Mary's Towing. And the 1 of Steve Cox, the Cox Wheels Racing car. All right, we're ready to go for 30 times around. Green flag's out. We're underway.
one car we are missing is the 01 of Doug Delfell. If you guys remember on the last one, had quite the intersection hit and couldn't get the car back together. And, well, that's not, I think that is actually the car that hit him. So,
yeah.
You know, that's not
Not ideal.
not a good way to start.
Nope, Jessica Wilkinson shows a little bit short of the intersection. Might be done, might be just biding her time, not sure yet. Lap 1 later, Chuck Wittes, who snuck underneath the 66 of Rick Jones. So there is Wittes, and already putting some serious distance on the field as the yellow flag's going to come out in the air. We're going to get a look at what happened and why we are getting a caution flag. Let's take a look at our replay. Here is lap number 1, and fading way wide was the 66 of Jones. And, Fleischacker is going to be the one who gets up and into the 63 of Weldon there. So Weldon smacks the wall, and just like that, we got a lap down and a Delaware-style restart coming behind your leader, the 58 of Wittes.
Yeah, that's not the best way to start. Weldon's had a tough couple first 2 races, I think. Last week was last time out was his first one, and that was this is the second one. So not ideal, but you know.
Nothing quite like fixing race cars in week 1 and week 2, right? It happens. It's unfortunate. Wittes got a beautiful jump there on the restart. Now quickly coming up and behind him, you see car number 72, driven by Jeff Talbert. Talbert's had some strong runs. He brings Steltz with him in third. So early, it's Wittes, Talbert, and Steltz. And there's Borison already up into fourth.
Wow, that did not take very long. So new car number. I know they had a little issue in the heat race earlier. Finished last in the heat race. So, but it looks like they probably got some whatever the issue is. They got that figured out.
Well, that's a smart driver on that one. He has probably seen every way that one of these superstar figure eight cars wreck and how to fix them whenever that happens. So he's around Steltz and up into third now. So Borison, new number, same speed. He is just awfully quick.
That's crazy. So Fleischacker, he's had a little rough go of it to start with. With Delfell not racing, that he actually probably will move up into third place for the overall points for this year. So I know he's pretty excited about that, about where he's ending up for this year.
Could end up with a very good points run if he can recover. That car looked a little loose on him as he was steering back and forth, swimming it around. Talbert all over the back of Wittes for the lead, and Wittes now coming in to work on Weldon's 63 car. Gets stuck outside him in the North Pole, but he'll make his way up and through. Now, if Talbert can get through, might cost Borison a spot. Steltz working back to the inside here in the South Pole. It looks like Steltz going to retake third. Talbert trying to take the lead away from Wittes.
But all that did was allow the number 1 of Steve Cox to join the fray. So that's some high horsepower championship drivers there in third and fourth here.
And let's not discount that battle for the lead right now. Talbert had made his way inside of Wittes. Wittes somehow got the door slammed on him once again. Meanwhile, Steltz around. Problems on the 67S in the North Pole.
I didn't really see contact there. It looked like he kind of spun, and then I don't know if he clipped Cox on the way back.
Well, Cox seems to be running okay. A little bit of intersection action. Steltz got it fired back up, and that was the blur of blue and white that you saw flashing through your screen. So Steltz going to be running motivated now to catch back up to the field. Meanwhile, Borison slides her in way high. Door open now for Cox to get underneath him in the 1.
Yeah, the 5 looks really, really fast though. He just that's kind of the best that car's looked, I think, in a little bit. It's new owner, but Same results.
Meanwhile, for the lead, Talbert inside of Wittes leans on him as the intersection getting hairy, and Talbert gets around.
My.
Cox has to go underneath the Uke tire, getting into the North Pole to get back on track. Dietz starting to roll into that battle. Also, that intersection's getting all kinds of fun. And now Wittes got to defend himself from Borison and the defending track champion in the one of Cox.
So you got Stelz, that's the super fast car that's essentially, a lot of times when you see that crossover, you have the slower cars. So, you kind of go in front of him one time, going back the next time. But with Stelz, he's right there. So he's going to just keep at the leaders.
Yeah, that's going to make for an interesting dynamic. As you see, Borison in the 5 has crossed into the lead position. He got around Wittes and already weaved through a couple of pieces of slower traffic. And now Borison really having to come on. Nice job bailing out there by the 66 of Jones, who was looking at a nasty potential intersection hit. Discretion, better part of valor, and that allows Borison to take off. Wow, Quentin Borison. As we're approaching halfway here in the Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock Figure 8 A main.
No, jeez.
Dietz around. Wittes might have got a piece of it, and I think that was maybe Jones back on track. We'll get a look. Replay coming up here on Home Track Heroes.
Or is that Mackey maybe?
Could be. We're about to find
Jones.
out.
Oh, no, Jones.
Yep, so Jones around by Wittes. Wittes got into the back of McKenzie.
McKenzie went airborne back into McKenzie. I think McKenzie, both of her back wheels. I think she lost both back tires.
Yeah, those both look down.
That's not good.
These cars are not meant to get airborne. Let's get a look from the flatter cam here in the turn. Boy, she's lucky that Wittes in the 58 didn't clear out the front end of that car on her way across. So, looking for a restart coming up here.
This segment is brought to you by Snohomish County Health District for Kids. Snohomish County Health District for Kids reminds you of the ABCs of healthy kids. A, for annual well child care visits and doctor checkups. B, brush and floss daily dental care. C, COVID shots for kids 5 and older. And regular flu shots.
Go check them out. They've got these cool little logos that are on there, and you can try to figure out what each one of them means. As we go green here for the Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock Figure 8s, just before halfway, Borison, your leader. Wittes in the 58's got second, and that's going to put Cox in the 1 car in third. And let's see how long Wittes can hold off Steve. Steve has not been in the car at all this season, so he's got to shake a little rust off, but looked like just like that, quickly into second, and into chase mode goes Steve Cox.
Yeah, he's kind of taking a step back, really focusing on the kids. Dawson, who's featured all the time here on Home Track Heroes, and McKenna.
Who you're going to see a little bit later in the truck division.
She will be, and she has done really well this year. So she's had a good run this year. So I guess Dad helping out has a good decision.
72 of Talbert is around right in front of John Peterson, our flagman, down behind his Uke tire barricade. Something else to remember on Cox, if I'm remembering the story correctly, he may have had hip surgery over the offseason as well, so a little bit of rehab for him to get back in the car and feeling better at the same time, all the while he's building late models and trucks and all kinds of fun stuff to run around. The story's Quentin Borison, new car owner, same car, new number, as 13 to go, and he's got a decent-sized advantage on Cox and 1 car in the intersection in between them.
Good thing it looks like McKenzie did get back out there, though, so that's her coming around right there. So that's nice to see. That didn't look like it was, might not have made it back out after that little incident.
Yeah,
so.
It wasn't terminal. Good news for her. She's having a good year at the points as well.
I believe she is second in the points.
Trailing this guy, who is your point leader.
Surprise, surprise. He's won a few championships here.
Right. Opening night, he didn't get the victory, but he has been in victory lane, I'm going to say, nearly every night since then. So, Borison putting a lap on the 63 of Robert Weldon inside him. We're going to look at racing a little bit further back in the field. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That is Wittes, Powers, and Stelz doing a nice job coming back through.
Boy.
Oh, yeah. Well, around goes Powers.
There might have been some contact there. I won't say.
I'm not going to assign any blame on that one. You had 2 cars going for 1 spot, I think. That happens.
Probably. But the good thing is he gets it back going, and Stelz has made it back after spinning early, and I think he's up into 4th now.
Yep. So, and looking for third, Wittes has had to hold off a number of drivers. As you see, Borison still just picking him up and putting him down. Cox unable to really roll in on him. The blue with red, number 5, sponsored by Mary's Towing. Quentin Borison, we call him the one-arm bandit. Yes, folks, he only does have one arm in that thing. You imagine how tough it is to run these super stock figure 8s as Flyshacker is around. And then you see Quentin doing it all with one hand. Pretty impressive.
So the question is he doesn't really, he's got a little bit of gap here, but Steve's catching him. So he's having to slow up there. Just those little brake checks and stuff like that has brought Steve back into here. So this race is far from over, I think.
Meanwhile, there is a look at Stelz getting around Flyshacker. Question is that where is Stelz in comparison to Wittes? And there you see Wittes, the red with white 58 up and ahead of him. With Flyshacker, Hood kind of threatening to fly up in that car. It looks like the front end's kind of raised up due to some of the contact that he may have been in.
Yeah, I think Flyshacker's met a few of the other drivers today.
Swap stories of how they painted their car. Who knows? Borison, 5 to go. Here in the South Pole. Yeah, Cox is narrowing that advantage, but the ticker is in favor of Quentin here in terms of laps remaining. 4 times around the figure 8 track is not a long period of time.
But you got McKenzie, who's kind of got moved back because of that incident, so it's kind of a faster car. So yes, he's coming up on lap traffic, but it's fast lap traffic. So a lot of times that can hold up.
Yep.
When you end up with that fast car that just gets put back for some racing incident. The 07 seems like. Something's not quite right there.
Yeah, something seems off on Powers' 07 car. A little bit of heavy lean over on the right front, even when the car is not cornering. You see how much he's woeing up for the intersection. Coming right in behind Stelz, who's running in the 4th position and rapidly closing. Meanwhile, you're right. So Borison dealt with Dietz. He's up on the back of Flyshacker, and now it's Cox who's really taking advantage here.
Oh, quick pass on McKenzie, though. So look who is right behind Quentin now.
We're going to come down to 1 to go here, and Cox is going to be right on the back of Borison, and Borison trying to deal with Flyshacker. Tap around. Here's Steve trying to work to the outside. 1 to go. What does Borison do? We haven't seen Quentin have to play too much defense on the year. Still a little tap. Steve still trying to get down in. Couldn't get side by side through the intersection for the final time. Coming around the final corner. And Borison will hold on. Good race. Borison, Cox, and looks like Stelz
Looks like he was able
got
to make
around Wittes the last time by. We're waiting for him to come through. And he will officially take 3rd. So, entertaining race here in the Monroe Grocery Outlet Super Stock Figure 8. And again, winners' interviews all online. Check out the official Evergreen Speedway YouTube page to see what the winners had to say. More racing coming up after this. We have got more on the docket here on Home Track Heroes on the CW11. Welcome back here to Home Track Heroes on CW11. Caleb Hart and Derek Hobbs with you here on your Sunday. Thanks for letting us entertain you for a couple hours as we stay on the figure 8 course. Frank's Radio Outlaw Figure 8's here for their 30-lapper. Derek, let's up the speed a little bit and get a little wild in the body styles as it stay on the figure 8 course.
All right, let's jump to the starting lineup in the front row. We have the 55 of Doug Wilkinson, sponsored by Tony V's Garage, and the 767 of Jamie Corbett, sponsored by A1 Auto Service Center.
51 is Ryan Clark, the Miracles and Memories Academy car. Next to him, the 0, Jillian Lapato, sponsored by Hager Motorsport.
The 25 of Dakota Wilkinson, also sponsored by Tony V's Garage, and the 71 of Nick Holton, sponsored by Northwest Adventure Rentals.
Row number 4, it is the Boney Brothers Racing, number 74 of Chris Curtis. Next to him, Cowboy, John Carlson, the Fireplace Guy, Hearth and Home LLC, number 50.
Next row, we have the 98 of Richard Shanebrook, sponsored by Pristine Landscaping, and the 676, Ricky the Kid Dietz, sponsored by Tire Pros of Arlington.
The back row, Mike Stelz bringing the Superstock Figure 8 to run with the Outlaw Figure 8, Metro Construction sponsor on the 67S, and Zach Larson starting tail on the field. The 83G will be going off in the 12th grid.
And they did not like how that started, so get them all racked up. And
we watched Corbett come out and get his first feature win here recently on Home Track Heroes. Nice thing to see after about a year and a half of trying or so. It's going to be him and Wilkinson, who you see running a lot of different divisions at Evergreen Speedway, leading them down 30 times around the figure 8 course for the Outlaw Figure 8s. We're underway.
Another good one to see is Richard Schainbrook out with his car. You'll see that in the 98 black car should be coming into view right here.
Started towards the tail end of the field, so give it a second. He'll pop in there. It looks like Wilkinson going to lean on Corbett a little bit through the North Pole and lead lap number 1. Here in the figure eights, we call it a North Pole and a South Pole, so they're in the south at the moment. Other side is the north, as there's really not a turn 1 and turn 2. There's multiple corners all over the place, right?
Yeah, and you're looking left, looking right. It's and just got to be slightly crazy.
Oh, I think you got to be a different breed to want a figure eight, and especially
for sure.
Here for the Outlaw figure eights. As you can see, Ryan Clark's worked into second. One other feature that you see here in the figure eights a lot of team cars. A lot of these guys are associated with a team, with a partner. 51 of Clark's one of the Boney Brothers cars. Corbett works out of the Dietz garage. Wilkinson, multiples of them in the field. Right now it's Doug holding over Ryan. Corbett in third, in the battle back for fourth, fifth, and sixth. That's the 0 of Lepedo, losing a position to Chris Curtis in the 74, and he's bringing a rapidly moving 83G of Zach Larson through the field.
So he had a really slow qualifying run, and so ended up at the back, but definitely making his way forward with a purpose here.
Take a look at Curtis in 74, trying to work his way up and around the 25 of Dakota Wilkinson. Wilkinson, a good job of holding them off so far. Curtis, one of the more tenured and decorated drivers in the division, definitely knows when he's got an opportunity to pounce. They work through the South Pole. Intersection not hot and heavy yet, but with a 12-car field and a long race, it's going to string out and it's going to get there eventually, as Stelt's going a lap down early in this contest.
Yeah, it is. You will see the super stock figure eights pop into this division every once in a while. Quentin has definitely fared well when we've combined the classes before too. So it is nice to have add to the car count.
Absolutely.
Plus, it looks like a late model, so I mean, I think he's going to top on the 5/8 the next time they run.
Mike built a beautiful car this offseason. A lot of work put into that thing.
A lot of people were like, "Man, that is a really nice looking figure eight car. Are you sure you want to be taking that with the figure eights?"
Well, he has definitely put a lot of TLC, time, love, and care into that thing. And out there getting some more laps in it, as you see the intersection starting to get hairy. So we're 8 laps into that quick. I mean, blink an eye and we're 8 laps into this, as Wilkinson in car number 55 continuing to lead the 51 of Clark out in front of this field. The two of them are on a nice little breakaway. Third place just now pulling into the screen at Corbett.
Ooh.
Careful.
So it looks like Schainbrook got started. He was in the north side there, stalled out for a little bit, but we kept going. And definitely, we got to the intersection pretty quick.
They're in it. Now we'll see if this race stays clean and green for a while. That's going to keep your leader having to navigate in and through. As you can see, the back half of the field is already crossing in and around him. And sure looks like Clark is taking the opportunity to close a little bit on Wilkinson out in front. So we're approaching halfway here. It's a long ways back to Corbett. And Larson might be picking up a spot. Looks like he's worked his way inside Dakota Wilkinson. That might be for fourth.
Yeah, Dakota had to check up there, and Larson was there to pounce, and I think that puts him up into fourth.
Sure does. Back to your lead, too. And again, 55 of Doug Wilkinson up and ahead of the 51 of Ryan Clark. Clark was reeling him in. You can see that gap between the two of them getting a lot closer here as we approach the halfway point. This time in, 13 in, 17 to go. Wilkinson catching the back of the field too, so you're not only going to have to deal with intersection traffic, but slower traffic in front, and that's going to be a huge help to him, as the first 2 cars that he would have had to lap checked up before the intersection. He just drove right past them.
Well, and going back to Corbett, who got his first win, he's very, very good at making that car wide. We've seen that throughout the year. He's really good keeping people held back, and all that's really done is let Doug and Ryan just kind of check out, but that Larson machine looks pretty fast, and that's how he got around.
Door just open, and it's going to cost Jamie 2 spots, as Curtis knew that he had to jump right there. He'll follow him right through. So third now, Larson in the 83G, and fourth, Chris Curtis in 74. They've got a long way to go to track down your top 2, but man, you can just almost physically see it. Those cars are fast. They're going to start reeling this gap in as quickly as they can.
Well, something happened with so Dakota definitely kind of lost it in that south corner and lost a bunch of spots too. So it looks like he got it back going, but that cost him about two or three spots that last lap.
Yeah, he's way further back on the field than what you had seen him, to the point where he's the next car due to be lapped, I believe, by Doug Wilkinson. So Wilkinson in the blue and red 55, as that intersection started to get hairy, the crosses are happening a little bit closer. We're over halfway. Your race leader, Doug Wilkinson in 55, Ryan Clark is closing, and then second and third have got a lot of speed trying to reel them in as well.
So Cowboy is definitely, I don't know, this is definitely not a great run for Cowboy today. He's just kind of stuck in the middle there. Doesn't seem to be hooked up, which is very unusual.
Yeah, Cowboy has been the dominant force in this division on the season. I believe he's your race win leader at this point in the year, as here is a battle for the lead. Clark is finally within a car length of Wilkinson. Coming into 10 to go, and boy, just a car separates them with the intersection. Busy enough that something could break loose.
Oh, no.
Problems. Ryan Clark in the 51 off the pace and stopped in a trail of fluid coming out behind him.
That's not good, not good. Oh, we got cars sliding all over the place,
Yeah,
so this might be a little bit of a cleanup.
Yeah, you can see them kind of getting into the moisture in there and slip sliding around. Clark's teammate, Curtis, parked right across from him. Let's take a look at the replay, and oh, yeah, he paints a stripe of wet just on the racetrack, so we're going to have a little bit of time to put the speedy dry, or they call it in the circles the kitty litter down, as we're going to look a little bit further back in the field. Drivers coming in and they get into that wet. No brake check in and through, but everybody somehow survives.
So the question, I know the ticker switched over that showed Gunderson in third. We might go back to the last completed lap. Oh, no, so Gunderson's up into third.
As we get ready for the restart, this segment brought to you by the IBEW and NECA, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the Local 191 in Everett, the National Electrical Contractors Association, Cascade Chapter in Mount Vernon. They're powering our communities. Union members earn more money, have better benefits, at greater job security. Thank you to IBEW and NECA for their support of Evergreen Speedway.
So obviously that caution did not help Doug, but probably the scariest one now for him is just how, Larson picked up that whole gap.
Yeah.
And he definitely is the fastest car on the track right now.
You can see it. He's got a lane inside Wilkinson coming off the corner. Now Wilkinson, let's see if he just buries the car trying to get down and around the white stripe underneath the Speedy Dry stripe. And the Speedy Dry does a really good job of soaking up that moisture, but it's not the same as running on the pavement, so you want to keep your wheels underneath that the whole way around. Wilkinson with a better North Pole this time, but boy, Zach Larson is on the prowl.
Yeah, the question is Zach going to try to just get to the inside, or is he just going to say, hey, I know my car's faster, and try to take the outside, which we don't see very often. But if he's that much faster, you can get to that outside when you get to the intersection. If you get enough, you can then you're at the inside at the next pole.
You've got to be able to carry it around side by side coming into the next pole, and that's kind of the question. You can see him angling for a shot at that, although he'll pull back into line on the North Pole. Wilkinson playing defense. Oh, back end of that car just about stepped around on him. The other thing I think that's got to play into Larson's mind is you don't really want to be in the outside around the South Pole, because that'll get you into the Speedy Dry there.
So yeah, you wonder if he's going to try to time it up for a north end pass here, or the other thing is to do a couple little tappy taps, and he's that much faster, and just move him a groove and put him into the Speedy Dry.
So yeah, if you're going to do it, it would be right there at about that first Uke tire coming into the South Pole, where you'd want to have the final tap, just get him sailed in a little bit hotter than he intends. Wilkinson being very patient though, and there's a school to be a class to be taken here of defensive driving, as Wilkinson just patiently around the bottom. It's going to make Larson try to beat him, although the back end of that car gets a little bit wobbly coming into the North Pole once again.
Well, the other thing we haven't talked about that much, but Ricky the Kid Dietz in the Tire Pros sponsored car has made his way up into third place. So if the two of them keep fighting, that opens the door for Ricky to possibly sneak in here, especially if there's something that happens here in the crossover.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. Wilkinson again, and you saw the last time by, Larson actually got up into the Speedy Dry, and the car stuck pretty well. You'll pull it in. We've got one more time around. Doug Wilkinson, Zach Larson, and Ricky the Kid Dietz sits in third. 1 to go. And
no, Doug,
around.
what happened?
Did he just overcook it? I'm not sure.
I honestly didn't seem like there was contact.
From this angle, it almost looks like he looped himself, and from the back to the front, checkered flag. Zach Larson slowing at the line, but barely got that. I don't know what the heck happened.
Yeah,
weird.
Well, and then Cowboy ended up in third, so he just kind of ran his race and all of a sudden ended up in third. So, figure eight racing.
That's weird.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you gotta stay into. We've had more photo finishes there in figure eight racing than we have in a whole lot of different divisions.
It really, yeah. I mean, we've had really, really close races in the figure eights.
Well, next up here on Home Track Heroes, we're going to move on to the Northwest Pro 4 trucks, and we're going to put them on the 3/8 onto the circle track for that. Let's get to know your lineup for this 30-lap A-main event for the trucks. On the pole, it's Matt Green in the 7 and Haley Wilkinson in the 35. She's sponsored by Tony V's Garage.
In the second row with the 18J of Brooklyn Bender, sponsored by J2, and the 8 of Shane Green.
Third row, it's Riley Riddell, the DL Enterprises number 20, and the Wile E. Coyote, Mike Wiley, the 17 RC Concrete Stamped Concrete, his sponsor.
The next row we have the 6 of Aaron Green and the 24 Fast Qualifier of McKenna Cox, sponsored by Cox Wheels Racing.
The row behind them, Kimmy Wilkinson, car truck number 27, just cost me a quarter. 20 V's Garage sponsor on that. And Steve here, the Fishing with the Bros, number 18.
And the last car out there is the 21 of Rick Shaver.
Cost you a quarter there as well. You called it a car. We're 50 cents in the hole. Hey, you know what? Inflation. We're $2 in the hole. That's the thing that happens.
And the Garage Force truck was out there helping lead the pace laps there. This show, actually, we were covering 2 days.
The Drive Auto Sports Saturday afternoon, and then the USA Birthday Bash.
So, yeah. You know what we did? We also threw in a Mexican Family Festival in between those two. So 3 straight days of craziness here at Evergreen Speedway. So it was quite the weekend.
We're a full-fledged entertainment facility is what we are. Racing, siestas. We're going to have a bus jump later. It's going to be great. Green flag out on the truck race. The greens were nice enough to not all be stacked up in one row next to each other this time, which is fantastic. That is the 7 of Matt Green in the green truck on the inside, and he's trying to battle with Wilkinson in the 35, and early race leader appears to be Wilkinson by a nose. As they go back into turn number 1, we'll see if Green can rally up on the inside.
So kind of what you're talking about with the figure 8 races, there's a lot of teammates out in this one too. The 7, 8, and 6 are father and 2 sons.
Yep.
You have the Wilkinsons with Kimmy and Haley.
Right. Bender, Rudell, and Cox are all pitted next to each other and all help out each other all the time. Yep. So that's a thing. And,
so...
Interestingly...
Ooh, there's a little tap there.
Yep, 18 truck of Bender gets a little bit sideways. We saw Sister Paisley win earlier in the Youth Hornets. That is older sister Brooklyn in the 18. And on the outside, Haley Wilkinson in the Tony V's Garage number 35 continues to hold the lead, kind of just running through the middle. So looking very good coming off, although she got just a little wide off of the corner and truck flattened out on that transition. So that cost her a little bit of drive space. However, still your leader going down the back straightaway.
She's really holding that outside line really well. And the 17 of Mike Wiley's kind of peeking to see, well, if she can do it, maybe I can do it too. So there's actually a lot of side-by-side racing here as we go back.
Wiley was your feature winner the last time we saw the trucks here at Evergreen Speedway. As he'll go down the back straightaway, he's looking for second away from Matt Green, and it looks like he's going to have it going into the third corner. More trucks coming up. Their main event is on the track, and you will see its thrilling conclusion coming up next here on Home Track Heroes. You're watching the Pro 4 Truck main event here on Home Track Heroes on CW11. Caleb Hart, Derek Hobson with you. And during the break, the Wile E. Coyote, Mike Wiley, the veteran, gets around Wilkinson, takes the lead. It is Cox who's worked her way into second. Your quick qualifier is right on the rear tail of the 17 of Wiley, and Wiley gets wide into turn number 1.
And McKenna's like, thank you very much. I will take the inside and try to make that work. Well, not quite, but I think she's going to get him right here.
She's never met a gift horse she didn't enjoy. Down the front straightaway they go. Side by side, Cox looking for the lead. A lot of momentum in on the bottom. she's got a nose coming out of the corner, and I think we got a new leader.
We do, but I still, the trucks are really making that second groove work. We've seen it throughout the race now, and we got Haley Wilkinson eyeing both of them in third, who also made that outside lane work earlier.
It was interesting. Wiley was good through the middle at entrance and through the middle, but he pushed hard coming off the corner, and I think that's where he lost all of his ground. He's tucked it back into the low side here off 3 and 4, but it just looks like actually Cox has just got the better truck at this point in time. She is expanding her lead as we're going to look back in the field. The 18 truck, Brooklyn Bender, trying to hold off 2 of the greens. The 7 is Matt, and that should be the 6 of Aaron.
All 3 of them.
All
three.
The greens.
It's green, green, green.
6, 7, 8. Aaron, Matt, and Shane, the green trucks. By name, not by color.
So Aaron's the dad, and Matt and Shane are the kids. So it'll be interesting. It's always fun to see how family members race each other.
It makes
on the track.
It makes for interesting conversation at holidays around the table. That's for sure.
I'm
Sit
just
around at Thanksgiving dinner, and Aaron goes, "Hey Matt, you remember when you took me out there?" and throws some cranberry sauce right at his face.
My favorite is if it's father son or father daughter, or what's mom thinking? Is mom thinking you better not do anything?
Mom's thinking that cranberry sauce is easy to prepare, and of all the condiments and dishes at Thanksgiving that could be thrown, that's probably the easiest. Not the funnest to clean up, though. Not that I have any experience with that. Meanwhile, on the track, it is Bender in the 18, trying to hold off Aaron Green. Green looking down the back straightaway. He's peaked high a couple of times, but ends up pulling right back down into line as it's freight train racing in the trucks. Riley Riddell is now pulled into line in the 5th position in that running order. He's about 8th on the racetrack, 9th on the racetrack as it sits. As everybody tucked in and going. Bender looking good, trying to hold them off. We're down to 5 to go.
This is almost reminding me of our drifting, our like tandem drift. The greens are all in sync. When Dad goes the inside, they go to the inside. When Dad goes the outside, they're going to go to the outside.
So this is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th on the racetrack right now that we're watching at. Bender's 18 is 4th. Aaron Green, Matt Green, Shane Green, and Riley Riddell. Riddell's going to try to cruise around that middle groove like we've seen a couple of times. And he's going to pull even with Shane coming off. See if he can pick up another one as Matt is imminently within striking distance, but time's running out. They only got 3 more times around.
But here we see that outside group. Riley picked off one of the greens and going for a second one right here.
Figured out how to make that truck work. Not as great a time to the center of the corner that time by. Meanwhile, Brooklyn getting away. Bender's sisters looking for a win in a 4th here on the day in their race machines, a race car and a race truck, because I'm not costing myself another $1. White flag 1 to go. McKenna Cox looking good, looking for the Evergreen Speedway win.
Well, she's like, you know what, Dawson, we haven't seen Dawson up on the podium in the first place for a while, so she's like, you know what, the family can't go this long without a win at Evergreen Speedway. So she's like, I'm going to take care of it, guys.
There it is, a dub for McKenna Cox. Nice run. 2nd to Mike Wiley, the red 17. Haley Wilkinson, real strong 3rd for her. Nice run.
It was, yeah. Haley, she was good from the start and really made that outside groove work for her, and There's a lot of good racing there, side by side racing for the Pro 4 trucks there.
A reminder, you can find our podium interviews on YouTube at Evergreen Speedway, so check that out if you want to see what the winners in 2nd and 3rd have to say. We'll move quickly. It's mini bump to pass time. Let the chaos commence on the 5th mile. Derek, let's get your lineup very, very quickly, as we got a lot of cars and not a lot of time to get through them. Michael Cocking's in the 80 and Scott Kiesling's in the 24. They make up row number 1.
The 07 of Jacob Thornborough and the 007 of Andrea Thornborough on the 2nd row.
We have no idea who the 666 is. We could say that it's the devil, and we're just going to go with it. The 830 is Josh Beckel next to him.
The 511 of Sarah Elliott, sponsored by Off-Road Vixen Clothing Company, and the 9 of Richard Taylor, sponsored by Belmont Cabinets.
We also don't know who the V31 is, but he's inside row number 5. 69's Malachi Caldera.
The 6 of Steve Schoenfeld and the 79 of Sonny Turner make up the next row, with the 26 of Richard Turner filling out the field.
There's a lot of the same last names in this one, so
yes.
I think we got a family affair going on. So the green is out. We know that the 80 is Michael Cocking, and he will begin. Now, bump to pass. Like
that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yep, got to hit him to get by him. Now, oh yeah, more chaos. This one's fun. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy, guys. Crack an ice cold Busch Light. It's a good time for it, and enjoy the chaos. We're going to watch. The leader is literally the most boring part of the race in this most of the time.
Well, here's a question. Does Beckel have like half of a car? What's going on there?
I don't know. Let's get a better look at it here in a second. The OZ of Jacob Thornborough is pushing around the V31 of driver I don't know. The Devil in the 666 is already off track, already not playing by the rules. Who would have called that? As back to the speedy cam on the front straightaway. Oh, yeah, there's Thornborough again. And I think that's Schoenfeld that he's pushing around through the speedy dry, which makes it even more fun.
Chauvel usually is a pretty good person to keep an eye on. He knows his way around mini bump to pass.
So that should be the 511 of Sarah Elliott that was just around as we're going to take a second and come back to the booth. Let these guys settle down and breathe.
Not a lot of cautions in mini bump to pass.
No.
So this is, we're just like, we're going to bunch them back up and, they're closer to hit that way.
We'll give it a shot. This segment, by the way, is brought to you by Granite Construction.
Granite Construction is the proud sponsor of our Super Sprint series and is approaching their 100th year in business. Granite Construction is an award-winning company and great place to work. Find your dream job today at graniteconstruction.com.
All right, so we single file this field. So we come back to green. We're underway. Again, out in front. It's the 80 of Michael Cocking. He's just out there cruising, easy. V31 of no clue who the driver is, going through the speedy dry. And whoever the heck that is behind
Schoenfeld.
him.
That's Schoenfeld.
Schoenfeld coming behind him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the team cars. Around goes Thornborough. And that's, 79. That's Sonny Turner, who ends up in this outside wall. Getting a good look at the people in the lawn chairs. Hello, lawn chair people.
So I think Sonny is the brother of Richard.
Okay.
So we got that family connection.
Do they have a cousin named Bachman?
Not that I know of.
Oh, that's your leader around. Here we go. Schoenfeld into your lead car of Cocking, and that gives us a new lead car of Schoenfeld, who had time to take him out and get back into the lead.
Well,
yes.
Like I said, very, very experienced driver with Steve. He's been on the podium multiple times in this class.
Okay.
The cars, they
Thornborough.
they're getting shorter. They're getting more mini.
Well, body parts are getting hard to find. Listen, we're in a part shortage, okay? Richard Taylor in the 9 trying to come back and get to Thornborough in the 07. Chaos in the front straightaway is, Devil Car is still causing havoc. Who would have figured? And up front, that's the 26 of Richard Turner now coming in on your former race leader. By the way, we still have 19 more laps of this chaos.
So I feel like we have cars that are missing now too. Now we got some cars coming out on the track. There's Beckel. See, I'm telling you, Beckel is like missing half of his car.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what's going on there.
So that was Schoenfeld in the 6 with a biblical hit on the 666, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It looks like they've just hacked off the back of Jackson Beckel's machine.
So that might maybe why we're on caution. So he had to go make his car shorter just for fun. During the caution.
Well, it is a mini bump to pass for a reason. Meanwhile, Turner is getting in on the back of...
Oh, don't hit the pace car. No. Oh, my gosh.
No, that thing's expensive.
My gosh.
Okay, so there's Beckel. Yeah, he's missing the entire rear third of that. Although there isn't really a minimum weight rule in the division, so why not, right?
He might have 3 tires. I think he's running a spare on the back.
Like the suicide tire?
I think it's like a 3-wheeler. You know, like those. They're kind of like a bike where they have 2 wheels in front and 1 in back.
You know, back in the day when we were kids, we called those big wheels with 1 big in the front.
No. This is 2 big in the front, 1 small in the back.
Well, he's doing it all wrong. As they come off the north side, turns 3 and 4. There's your leader. It's Schoenfeld in the 6.
Steve hasn't hit anybody in a while. I feel he's getting lonely out there.
Meanwhile, the blue and yellow cars are hitting everything that moves. If there was a jet dryer on the track, they'd be aiming for it.
I love the Pac-Man. Do you see that with the actual dot? Yeah, it's but it's not like a Pac-Man on top. Like literally, there's a Pac-Man
eating the dots on the car.
On the car. Yes.
Oh, okay. We got to get a better look at that one. So there's Schoenfeld. He's coming up on the 07 of Jacob Thornborough. There's the Turner and the Turner.
I think there's a Turner on Turner action about to happen here.
Oh, it's family on family violence.
See,
into the corner.
So that's a light. See, that's team driving right there. I don't see their mom probably said no fighting you two.
I'm gonna need one of these people to take the retribution on him. There. Yeah. Come on, Thornborough. Come on. Little harder. And your leader coming into now slower traffic. All right, Schoenfeld, this is your chance, buddy.
There we go.
Into Thornborough. That was a decent hit. Not as violent as we've seen, but it could get better. Ooh,
Oh.
Beckel. Now there's no tire on that thing.
See?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you know what this race needs? Sparks.
And counter steer at the same time. Look at him get in. V31 of whoever the heck has got to be thinking, wow, I got a show with this. I thought the fireworks were coming later. In and around, there's Thornborough.
There we go.
Yeah,
Now
he's getting turns up.
There's textbook right there. That is a textbook mini bump to pass spin.
Oh, wow.
There's just a spin. There's a fire. I mean.
Yes, let us light the racetrack on fire, too.
Yep. Why not? Why not?
Yes, flame on. Human Torch Racetrack, go. Sparking it up into the corner. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was perfect violence. Was that Sonny Turner? Yes, it was. Sonny.
Oh.
Sonny.
Okay.
But it's bumped to pass, Sonny. Not shove them all the way off the racetrack, Sonny.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well,
that's fine.
I mean, you're supposed to get turned around and go the other way. There we go.
All right,
okay.
we're all right.
There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, no right rear on that thing. That's awesome. And that might be a suicide tire in the left rear, too. It's a tricycle. We should call him Jackson Tripod Beckett.
Oh, boy. Well, that's...
Oh,
well...
again.
That's not really a way to... I mean,
Richmond.
you're supposed to, like, tap and go around.
Richard, that's not very sportsmanlike. Now you're just
I
taking
don't-
it out on a disabled race car.
Oh, maybe
Oh, now you're
maybe
gonna back into him.
maybe he has something against three-wheelers.
Could be. Traumatic experience on a tricycle as a kid.
Now they're like, you know what, guys? Let's just hug it out. They're hugging it out.
And we've
The
gone
cars are hugging. The guys are hugging it out.
We've gone
They're like-
caution at the moment because these
They're
two
just-
are having race car fights.
I think they're hugging. That's what I'm going to go with.
All right, guys. Next time, get out of the car.
And I think they're saying, hey, you bring, what do you bring into the cookout? I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying to each
There's
other.
a potluck later.
I'm pretty sure they were waving to each other, and they were like, you know what, guys?
I say they climb out of the car. We give them boxing gloves, and we sell tickets to the boxing fight next time. Too. On top of that,
I'm not saying that has or hasn't happened sometime.
what's the old
here.
thing? You've seen the sign, right? Fight in my pit area. I'll call the cops. Fight on the front stretch. I'll give you $100.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that.
We could have just about seen it. All right, we've got racing again. 7 laps to go. Mini bump to pass. I'm assuming that the Beckel car is now off the track. I'm assuming.
I don't see sparks, so
Okay.
I think you're probably right.
All right, Michael
see,
Cocking.
there we go. There's the look at that Pac-Man. Look at with the little dots.
Oh, cool.
See?
And complete with the rows and
I
stuff.
know. That's what I'm saying.
And that's like it's a station wagon, too.
That's Andrea Thornborough. That's definitely. I mean, if we had a best appearing for this class, I think that has to win, right?
What are the odds that she actually takes that car to go get groceries at the Monroe Grocery Outlet?
I mean, it's a station wagon. They could probably fit a bunch in there.
There's incredible amounts of stuff you could get in there. That's fantastic. Well done, Andrea. Jump, 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 jump. All right, down the back straightaway. It's been all Schoenfeld for a while now. Although he has taken out his aggression, on the slower traffic when he's got to it. Although our field's a little bit smaller now, and that makes me a little sad.
Definitely lost a few along the way.
It feels like the entire aggression level just dropped after that caution. Nope. Turner's still going to lean on a guy and give him a little taparoo. I don't even know what car that is.
Is that the?
Is that the Darwin fish on top of it?
I was kind of thinking maybe.
Who haven't we talked about yet? Is it Caldera, maybe? I don't know. We're just going to go with it. So Schoenfeld coming in 2 to go. And we know that that's Elliott's 511. Kyler told us a story about the paint job in this car that I've completely forgot. But we're going to get a nice look at it.
But it goes around and turn I mean, that was good. Just slow it up so everybody could get a look at it.
That's right. Coming in 1 to go. Mini bump to pass. Schoenfeld. At least we're not guessing it to who the leader is in this.
It's been pretty obvious.
There is more bump to pass coming up later on the program, by the way.
It might be coming up. Oh, it's a 24 upside down. So the only way we'd know that was the 24 is if it was upside down.
Well, that's poor planning. That's Kiesling.
That's Kiesling.
All right.
Kiesling, we just weren't looking the correct way.
All right. We're sorry, sir. So Schoenfeld's going to win, and V31, who we have no idea who it is second, and Kiesling is third, and more coming up. More bump to pass, and even more later in the program here on Home Track Heroes. Didn't have enough fun with our mini bump to pass. So let's bring on the V8 Extreme bump to pass division going around on the 5th mile next year on Home Track Heroes. And Caleb Hart, Derek Hobbs, let's let you know who the drivers are for this V8 bump to pass, Extreme bump to pass main. It's the Thorn Bros on row number 1, the 07 and the 07D of John and Jacob, respectively.
In the second row, we have the 20 of Levi Harless, sponsored by R&R Star Towing, and the 36 of Tyler Grubb.
All right, third row, Bryce Kolar, the 23, Caleb Robinson, the 191.
In the next row, we have the 19 of Talon Kolar and the 63 of Sheridan Vincent.
Then it's John Hilborn in the 38, Orange Wagon in the 17X, although I feel like that's more of a descriptor as opposed to a name.
I think that's their actual name.
I really like the name Orange Wagon, and I'm going to name my firstborn that.
And the last car in this race is the 7K of Danny Kelleher, sponsored by R&R Star Towing as well.
True story. Levi Harless, who is a midget driver with the Focus Midget Division, R&R Towing, employer, Danny employee, daughter of the boss, something like that.
Okay.
They've built that car for her first racing experience.
Oh, boy, okay.
And it's in an extreme bump to pass.
Well, I mean, you might as well. I mean, if you're going to go, just go, right?
Go and go big.
We have some interesting, so Bryce and Talon are both, we see them in our Stinger races quite a bit. We got Sheridan Vincent, who's a street stock driver.
Okay.
Let's see here. Caleb Robinson, demo driver. So we got, and then first race. So
all right.
We have quite the, I like the cab there.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is the 191 of Robinson?
Yeah, that's Robinson, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Robinson in the taxi cab. That's going to work out perfect. All right, so that is John Thornborough in the 07. The America car is Jacob Thornborough, if we get a chance to look at that later. 23 of Bryce Kolar, and again, this is bump to pass. So if you're going to get around him, got to tag him. Got to at least lean on him. Yeah, Robinson kind of leaned on him getting into third.
Okay, I'm just look at these different cars. So you got, I mean, 23 is a nice looking car. You know,
Camaro?
Yeah,
76 maybe?
I mean the 36 of Tyler Grubb looks pretty nice too. Or no, the 63 of Sheridan Vincent.
No, taxi cab decides to take out a poor innocent Uke tire.
No, he's just trying to pick up a fare. He just missed the turn.
I think we should send him a bill
there
for
we
it.
go.
Nice
He's
shot.
like, you know what? Yeah.
Sheridan Vincent around. That's your leader.
But, that was the cousin of the other Uke tire from the other end that took him out there. I don't know if you know that. Yeah.
All right, so John Hilburn now leads. That's the 38. We're going to try to keep track here later. It may become irrelevant after a little while. We're just saying. So Hilburn in the 38, all by himself, hanging out. Coming up on Jacob Thornborough in the Team America car. Do you know?
But that looks good.
Do you know how I know he loves America the most?
Well,
he paints his race car with the flag.
That's true. I mean, how else are you supposed to know?
That's right. Showing his patriotism here as we celebrate the USA Birthday Bash. And bashing is what we want to see. It's been tame, though. Tame-ish. It's okay. Leader's been around, by himself for a while.
It's good. We're coming up on a slower car here. I think we're gonna. I think that's about to change right now.
Red flag.
That's.
We don't see that. Vincent. Yeah.
So that's not the fastest way around the racetrack.
No, in fact,
it's not.
Highly, you can't park your car there.
What is
Sheridan.
that? That's Vincent, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't park your car there.
Please have replays. Please have replays.
Ask and thou shalt receive. In we go.
Where are we?
There he is. I think.
There he is. There he is.
And boom.
Just did it to himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
He got really mad at that Uke tire and drove right into it.
That was just impressive. You think he could do it again if we flipped him over?
I don't know. Can we flip him over? I don't think he's out there anymore. What are we doing here at Evergreen Speedway where our Uke tires are looking at people so funny and they get aggressive?
You know what? I'm going to blame Caleb Robinson. He started it. He took out the first one. And then it's, they've just been looking for payback ever since.
I would like to mention that that's Caleb with a C, Robinson.
Is it?
Yes, it's the incorrect version of Caleb.
This is okay. So it's one of those.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Got it.
Caleb with a C, Robinson. In fact, that's how we shall legally say it now forward. Meanwhile, Hilburn and Harless back out into the front. Levi, in the midget, you're highly discouraged from hitting things. So this is going to be the complete opposite for him. He's got a much bigger race car. He's got 8 cylinders to work with.
He has fenders.
I mean,
that's right there, that's like a game changer.
In and of itself, completely different. He's getting close, though. I mean, he's a couple car lengths back. Maybe he's just finding his rhythm, waiting for opportunity. And Hilburn's smoking up the storm.
A little bit. But I think Levi just didn't take that first corner very good. So.
Well, see, he's used to the dirt midget where you kind of counter steer and you have to goat rope the car around. This thing probably drives like a dream.
All right, he caught up a little bit there. I think.
Get him, Levi.
There we go.
Get him.
There we go.
All of your midget brethren are rooting for you. Down the back straightaway. He's there. I mean, if we could draw like the target style bullseye.
There we go.
No, don't let him get.
He tapped him.
Well,
he tapped him. So he made the.
Hilburn.
Okay, hold on. Did he just do that on purpose?
I think so.
I wonder if he just was lulling him into a false sense of security.
Now, see, here's the thing. Levi's not used to having reverse, so now he's got to figure that out. And our new leader is the 19
Talon, isn't
Talon
it?
Kolar.
Talon Kolar. All right.
Car doesn't look nearly as fast as the other one.
It looks big.
It looks straight and all by itself. All right, that's Bryce Kolar.
So that's his dad.
Okay. And
Bryce is the dad, Talon's the son.
And that was Tyler Grubb that he just gave the little whack-a-mole to.
See, these are nice looking cars.
They're
just
being
be
so
running
nice
into.
to each other, though.
They look so. We need uglier cars. That's what it comes down to.
It's either that or we just need them to get aggressive, right? Pretend like you're on Dr. Phil and you've got a real problem with this family member. Into the corner. Either that or act like it's Festivus and it's feats of strength time.
So John got it back into second. Okay.
All right. John's second. I think that is third, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the wrong name.
It's not Kyle
that's
Silverwood.
It's for sure. That was the last time they were out.
Okay, yeah, that is
it's
Bryce
definitely
Kolar.
Bryce. Definitely Bryce.
Oh, hey, Levi's back. Levi just drifted back in.
Okay, all right.
Get him, Levi. Get him. Yes, retribution is his. No, he lost a spot. Yes, he went around. And Hilburn no longer has whatever spot that was that we were going to credit him for. Oh,
Here
and then
we go.
Levi gets
Here we
around.
go.
Was that Danny who got him? It was! Danny got her coworker, the guy who helped her build the car, and then that guy won.
Okay, well that ended abruptly.
Bryce Kolar's your winner,
Yeah.
I think. Somehow,
yes.
the big slow white car went away.
Well,
Whatever.
I don't even see it on the track anymore.
Whatever. This is the chaos of extreme bump to pass.
Oh boy!
It took all race to get extreme, but we got extreme at the very end. There was family violence. There was coworker violence.
It was a holiday. It was
That's true.
sometimes during holidays, tempers flare, and
if we're gonna birthday bash, we may as well bash, Derek.
Yes, for sure.
All right, so Buzz In Stinger 8s are next up. They've got 30 times around on our traditional road. Oh, no, these V8. Sorry, this is figure eights.
Figure eights.
All right, Brandon Florer's on the front row. He's in the 77. Mike Hathaway next to him, the 46, sponsored by Reppin Welding and Rail.
Next row is the 73 of Derek Myers, sponsored by Boney Brothers Racing, and the 13J of Josh Beckel.
Row behind them, Trent Gillespie, the 025, Andrew Reinders, the 40, sponsored by Whitby Donuts.
The 247 of Calvin Miller and the 18J of Jackson Beckel, sponsored by JBR Racing, make up the next row.
Row behind them, Damon Claiborne, the 43, is sponsored by Reardon's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram of Monroe, and Peyton Hops next to him, the 16, sponsored by Papa's Tavern.
The 07M of Mike Stenson and the 1 of Brandon Lindbergh, sponsored by Cox Wheels Racing.
V8 Steve Peters, your quick qualifier was actually Shoe Car in the 111 and the Be Happy carpet cleaning car.
And look who we have here. Dario Reddick. If you guys remember a couple of years ago, he was with the Prolates.
All right. Well, it's me, Dario. This segment is brought to you by Buzz In Steakhouse. Buzz In Steakhouse serves hand-cut Angus steaks breakfast all day and mouth-watering burgers. Visit one of their 12 locations. The Buzz In Steakhouse sponsor of this Stinger 8 division. And a Buzz In Steakhouse chicken fried steak sounds really good right now.
I'm not going to disagree.
No, it's delicious. You should have it. All right, so we are 2x2, big Stinger 8 field. A lot of talent here in the Stinger 8 class, too. We got a lot of recognizable names in this.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, we got Steve Peters, the Battle Wagon.
It's a it's a 4-cylinder, though. It can't be a wagon. Well, I guess it could. Doesn't look like a wagon.
Well.
Anyway, Brandon Florer is going to lead in the orange 77 until he goes way too wide into the South Pole.
Not the best way to take that first corner.
Mike Hathaway is going to jump to it and get him. Now, it's been Brandon Lindbergh's been the car to watch in this class, as I think he's won nearly every feature.
I think the only one that he didn't was that one that we had a little bit of a thing on the last lap. There was some bumping and pushing, and
Yeah, and that was
caught
a
up in it.
and that was a wet weather race too, was it not?
I think every race is a wet weather race here at Evergreen
the
Speedway
year
this
of
year. but
2022, yes.
I will say, watching Brandon Lindbergh though race this, I'm pretty sure he literally wills open spaces in front of him. Like if you actually just come out here to watch, if you're here in the stands and you just watch him, the way he can just find where the next pocket opens, it's like magic.
Man, they are nose to tail, and Hathaway's going to have a problem here because I think he's got a fender rub on the right front tire of that car. Watch and see where that smoke's coming off. Although it didn't show in that corner, I would have expected it to. Let's see if it changes as he gets in here to the South Pole. Maybe I was just seeing things. There it is again.
There. Oh, yeah,
that's weird. Either way, he's going to lose
so.
the spot. So Josh Beckel gets the lead.
And the other, Jackson's made his way quickly up into third, it looks like.
Do you see how much faster Jackson is with a full 4 tires? It's impressive.
No, Josh.
Oh, was it?
It was Josh.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it was
you're
Josh.
Right. You see how much faster Josh is with the full 4 tires?
Well, you know what? He got a lot of car control. He learned a lot of car control with the 3 tires. So, if you go fast enough in the corners, you'll see that that one wheel actually picks up. So, he was just getting ready.
I am pro hiking the tires, man. I am good with that. So, Josh Beckel leads. That's Reinders in the 40 who's worked his way into second, and your third place car is Derek Myers in the 73. Another USA car up in the front. He also loves America the most.
For sure.
For fourth, that's Hathaway, about to drop the spot to Jackson Beckel. Beckel around him, and he's got it. Meanwhile, full stop.
Gillespie
started high up in the field too, so he's having a rough race.
I think he got he got pulled into the middle, and I think got a little talking to possibly.
You quit being naughty.
So I don't know what he did, but.
All right, well, there we go. What is it that Hathaway has hanging out the car?
I was wondering the same thing.
Is it a panda?
It'd be cooler if it was.
It would be, yes. All right, so back up into the front. That's your leader in the red and white 13, Josh Beckel, and he is up on the back of Trent Gillespie, which is, we know that's a fast car. So he's going to have a tough time trying to navigate that slower traffic, and Reinders is right behind him for the lead. Meanwhile, for third, Myers feeling the full effect of Jackson Beckel in the 18J here.
So it looks like we also do have some intersection action coming up here. So, there we go. Yeah.
Scary, scary, boys and girls. The most dangerous intersection in the world. And full stop there for the 07 of Stinson. For going across your leader, nearly got tagged.
Beckel, man, he's like, we've been in the bump to pass. He's like, I'm fine with a little contact. He didn't care about that.
That was Brandon Florer who nearly cleaned him out. About looked like 405 on a weekday there for a second. As around the South Pole we go.
Fun story: 40 Reinders graduated this year.
Happy graduation.
So had a little celebration at the last race. Ended up on the podium on his graduation party.
Even better.
So that was a fun time.
Well done, Reinders. See if he can cap what's been a good few weeks for him off then with a win, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, they have a little bit of a gap here. Oh, we got people stopping. Wow. So the other thing that's scary about when you got cars stopping is sight lines.
Yeah.
You have a car that stopped there and you can't see. You can't see around, and then you're also looking to the right to see who's coming that way, and there's a car sitting there right in front of me.
Yeah, Gillespie almost just got wiped out in that last time around. We saw that happen to Delphil the last time, the previous Home Track Heroes that we had the Outlaw Figure 8s on, where he got wiped out by kind of a blind intersection that happened with the slower car.
Yeah.
But now everybody's clear of it, at least for the time being, and your leader is out of hot water for the moment.
So it looks like Jackson lost a spot to.
For sure, you're right. So 1 and 2 on your screen right there. The 13 and the 40 are first and second. It is the 247 Calvin Miller.
Oh, Calvin Miller, Mr. So he's doing the Dawson Cox impression where I'm just gonna hop in every car and end up on the podium.
Right.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna just grab a random car and I'm gonna end up on the podium.
Meanwhile, at the halfway point of this race, there's Brandon Lindbergh in the 1 in a car owned by Dawson Cox, right?
Well, we can't go a episode. Oh boy, jeez, that was close.
I think Peyton Hopp was the one who almost got the worst of that.
For sure. So now we'll see if he gets. He's like a little payback. Be like, here, I'm gonna. Okay.
No.
Little cleaner that time through.
He decided not to take it out. Your leader is the red and white 13 of Josh Beckel. Reinders in the 40 is second, and that is a lap car behind him in third, who just barely escaped Peyton Hopp.
And there's your third place car right there.
Derek Myers in the USA-themed 73. Brandon Lindbergh is fourth, and Lindbergh getting a lot of bumper action from Miller, Beckel, and that whole train that's in behind him. Now Lindbergh going to try to sail it up and around the outside going into the North Pole, and if Miller can capitalize here, he can. So Miller has gotten side by side with Lindbergh. Now if he can stay there through this corner, can't do it. Looks like he might drop a spot. Beckel going to the outside of him. Meanwhile, Lindbergh has enough car speed to stay up to the numbers on the 73 of Myers, and it looks like, ooh, big brake check into the turn, but he's got the position. There's Shukar.
Oh, no, left turn by Miller. That wasn't good. Did he lose a tire?
And took Shukar with him, nearly off the racetrack.
And she had moved up into, she had actually passed Jackson Beckel there on that last lap, but I don't know.
I don't know
Did they pull
either.
off? Because sometimes you can catch them.
Hey, there's Peters in the battle wagon starting to make some noise. He's come up from deep.
Oh, well, we're just going to spin through the intersection.
Yeah, bumpers be darned. Myers gets moved. Beckel moves him. Peters there to help do some moving of his own.
And there's Claiborne, who's made his way up through the field.
He's had a calm, cool, and collected race in which we haven't said, oh, David Claiborne did, which is a good thing. All right, so your leader once again, the red and white 13 car, up in front of this field. In second is the 40 of Reinders, and I think Lindbergh's run them. No, Lindbergh hasn't run them down yet, so there's a number of slower cars between second and third. You get a look at it, they've lapped, I want to say Redditch? I could be wrong. It's hard to tell. It's chaos out there, once again. 8 to go.
Oh, somebody just got black flag. Oh, I think that was a mechanical there for the floor.
77?
Yep.
That tire is creating a 007 style smoke show in behind him, and off goes Brandon Flores, 77. Hopefully to get her fixed.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, Hathaway's 46 was in the danger spot. So first and second still a long way from Lindbergh in third. Lindbergh needs a caution here, and not to be the caution either. There we go. So first, second, yep, it is Redditch. That's the lapped car in third. And then the 07 of Stinson is the lapped car right in behind him. So the race is for the lead. First and second, Josh Beckel and Andrew Reinders. Beckel has led them all.
So we've seen Beckel lead a lot of laps in the Stinger since he's,
Did he just get angry at that car coming through the intersection? Decided to take him off, or did it brake first?
I think
Caution is out.
I think that was a didn't see him kind of thing. Paying attention to the guy behind him and...
Well, let's get a look here. We're going to get a replay coming here on our Home Track Heroes screen, so watch and see it for yourself. That's coming around. This is your leader, and I believe 4th or 5th place car. So there it is, Beckel, in and through, and...
Oh, so Myers kind of took a wide... he was pretty far to the right coming through there.
Okay, here's another look at it, and watch the car coming into the screen. Myers had to swerve to evade Hathaway, and it caused a chain reaction. And your leader gets the worst of it. One more look from this cam into the intersection. 1, 2, 3. And it cost Jackson Beckel the lead.
Josh
Beckel, sorry, yeah. And Myers a good top 5 run as well, as he'll go to the back of the field if he can continue. A final look on the replay, and we will come back with the exciting conclusion of the Buzz In Stinger 8 main event here on Home Track Heroes next on the CW11. Well, time is running out here on the Buzz In Stinger 8A main event here on Home Track Heroes. Andrew Reinders has got the lead coming out of the commercial break and out of the caution flag. And in behind him, Brandon Lindbergh in the 1. He's been the dominant force here in the division and runs in second. Let's see what he can do with your leader, Reinders, as we are back to green. In third, you should have...
Dario's a lap car.
Correct. I think the 3 or 4 cars in behind them are lapped at the moment, so we'll sort that out. Once they spread back out a little bit, Reinders has got to get past Dario, the lap car, first and foremost.
I think it's probably Peters and Jackson Beckel that are probably your next. I think that's your... We'll see here. Yeah, Steve Peters is in third.
Okay, so he has 5th in the line at the moment, and Beckel is 6th in the line after him. as we come down to 6 to go. Again, a lot of slower traffic in between your lead pack here, as it is going to be Lindbergh putting the pressure on Reinders with 5 times around here on the figure 8 course.
I'm sure Brandon Lindbergh is like, you know what? I'm okay having 2 cars in between me and Steve Peters. That'll give me some time to work on Andrew and make my pass, and then Steve can deal with him.
Reinders so far doing a good job of holding Lindbergh off. Lindbergh looking to make a space, and he will do so. Coming through the north end of the racetrack.
He's just too good.
He's going to get stuck on the outside, though, coming into the South Pole, so he's going to have to make her work. Reinders trying to force him even wider around the corner, but it does not work. We're going to have a new race leader.
But I think, Brandon he pinched him down right at the beginning of that corner, and he had to check up just a little bit, and that made that gave him the pass that much easier.
So Lindbergh now on track for another feature win here in the Buzz Inn Steakhouse Stinger 8s. Reinders sits in second. Peters has worked his way to third. He's got to get past the slower car of Redditch, Redditch running a good line right in behind him.
I mean, not bad for, first Stinger race ever.
Yeah, for a guy who's used to a bigger car and making left turns only.
Yeah.
Pretty solid. Next time by for Lindbergh, you see the white flag, and one more time around as the beach balls are out celebrating with us here at Evergreen Speedway at the USA Birthday Bash. One more time by. Another impressive performance from Lindbergh in 1.
Yep. Looks like Peters might have got a little impatient with that lap car. So the question is, yeah, there he goes. So the question is can you get to Andrew?
Gonna take a little bit of work here. Don't think
not
so.
With that. I thought maybe the intersection might give him a chance, but.
Checkered flags in the air.
Oh, is he going to lose it to Jackson? No.
Holds on. Lindbergh, Reinders, and Peters, 1, 2, and 3 here in the Stinger 8s. What was a very entertaining main event, as we're going to swap things up, and we're going to get another look at another race course coming up. As next up here on Home Track Heroes, we switch things over and we go to the Interstate Battery Hornet Division, and we are going to Das Boot.
That's what I heard.
All right, so one of the benefits of the new paving that we've done is we got to introduce another new race course for the Hornets, and this time they're on the boot. We had 40 of these Hornets sign in, and we are going to load, not quite 40 of them out there for the main event, but it's going to feel like it at times. Let's get to meet your starting lineup.
On the front row, we have the 69 of Zach Meyer, sponsored by K&S Edwards, and the 03 of Lucas Hassenfluck, Cornerstone Homes.
Row number 2, 221 Lyndon Smith, sponsored by PRCBD.com, and the 88 of Garrett Kramer, sponsored by Northwest Security and Sound.
In the third row, we have the 30 of Pat Folger and the 15 of Matt Snyder, sponsored by Hair Inc.
Ryan Hausenfluck is in the 33. He's on the inside of the fourth row on the Cornerstone Homes car. Next to him, Jason Karenberg in the Peoria home number 2G.
The 07 of Zach Bristol, sponsored by PMS Power Decals, and the 77 of Christian Miller, sponsored by Turbo Espresso.
In the row behind them, it is the Toyer Tax number 81 of Bobby Fisher and the Papa's Tavern number 16 of Peyton Hop.
In the next row, it's the 78 of Michael Duncan, sponsored by JDX Garage Door Service, and the 49 of, surprise, surprise, Calvin Miller in another car.
The row behind them, Blaine Manning, who's been the dominant factor in this class. He's in the 68, sponsored by Exterior Wall Systems. Next to him, Damon Claiborne, the Raidens Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Monroe, number 43.
The 000 of Dan Miller, sponsored by Exterior Wall Systems, and the 38 of Kenny Spears, sponsored by Quality Auto Transport.
And the final row of this 20-car field is the 163 of Annika Duncan, who's sponsored by Olympic Embroidery, and the 19 of Scarlett Fisher, Omega Pizza and Pasta, her sponsor.
So we are on the boot.
Das Boot, green flag. This one, a new course that we introduced, and we'll show you what it took to introduce this as they come in on first and second corners of the 5th mile, and then this new paving right here let us get this little boot action going on, and it's been fantastic. We'll occasionally run the reverse boot as well, which is a fun course too.
So if anybody remembers the very first year we had Home Track Heroes, when we did run the course, but we had a little less pavement. Mr. Hop ended up on that wall. He hopped up on the wall there, and so he, I think of all people, is probably really excited for the extra pavement.
Hop on the wall?
He did.
All right. Well, that's appropriate. As down the back straightaway, our leader on lap number 1 is Zach Meyer in the 69. Meyer out and pacing, Lyndon Smith in second. Smith looking for the lead as they go into turn number 1. They'll battle side by side. We'll watch this battle as they go side by side while we tell you about our sponsor of the segment.
The sponsor of the segment is Drive Auto Sports. Need speed? Get faster with dyno tuning at Drive Auto Sports in Everett. Low car? Align it properly on the in-ground alignment system for slammed cars at Drive Auto Sports in Everett. Get supercharged at Drive Auto Sports in Everett. Go faster, turn quicker, brake harder with performance packages from the specialists at
Drive Auto Sports. Lyndon Smith braked harder getting into the corner on the boot, and that's what gave him the lead just a couple of laps into this. We're watching Smith up front, the 221. Lucas Hausenfluck in the 03 has worked his way into second. Meyer is desperately trying to hang on to third. And the guy trying to take it away from him is Ryan Hausenfluck in the 33. He's trying to bring Folger with him in the 30 off the bottom of the 3/8 in turn 4. Give the spot to Hausenfluck.
That was I don't think you like to be. Something happened there on the 30. Locked him up.
Yeah,
Lost some spots.
he was carrying
we're going to go 4 wide.
Oh, look at that. Not a lot of room for error. We got a car hard around. Nice save, though. Smoking up a storm. I think Christian Miller? Nope, that's 78 Michael Duncan, who was hard smoking up a storm.
I can't believe we're still racing. That was a lot of contact there.
And, man, we get through it. Meanwhile, to the inside, that's the 49 of Calvin Miller, the blue with white numbered car. Working inside, I think Miller's 77, and that's Father Dan Miller in the 00, with Duncan still feeling froggy in behind him. Boy, the fast guys, full invert on this field, so fast guys start in the back. Slower cars, at least through time trials, are up in the front. Doesn't mean they're not quality cars, just didn't cut quite as good of a time trial lap. Father-son battle it out for position about 6th, 7th, somewhere in there. Dan's got the advantage, gets a tap from Duncan to try to get by. Claiborne coming in as well. And give the spot to Dan Miller in the white with red, number 00.
So it looks like Claiborne's going to make it. We have contact. This has been
like 5 wide.
This has been one of our rougher Hornet races, I think, so far.
Claiborne was trying to mow the lawn for us down in the bottom of turn 3.
They're just trying to help out.
Thanks.
A little bit helps.
We appreciate it. That's Bristol in the 07 trying to get involved.
So 16 of Peyton Hopp, our former champion in this class.
Who's been running a lot of Stinger 8 this year. We haven't seen him in the Hornet so much.
Popped in a couple times. I think he just wanted to get in on some of the new tracks that we got going. But
Working the outside of Bristol. Bristol's got the advantage right now. Coming in behind him, it's the 88 of Garrett Kramer. Kramer started up front. He's trying to rally his way back forward as he's starting to find his rhythm.
I wonder if Zach's hoping for rain, right now.
He is one of the best wet weather racers that we have. Shame on you for saying the R word on race night, but I think we're safe at this point.
We're fine. It's fine. Everything's gonna be great.
Okay, but if you've jinxed us for later in the year, I just want you to remember this moment right here.
That's fine. It just happened. If it's the worst thing I do,
Yeah, it's pretty tame. Lyndon Smith, your leader in the 221. Ryan Hausenfluck, the 33. Bobby Fischer moves up to third, the 81 car. There's a guy, saw it a lot in the program last year where he would be leading and just a few laps to go and a huge margin, and then a caution would come out and he'd get snookered on the final end. So good to see him in third in green flag condition. Let's see if things can pan out his advantage this time, as we're only 10 laps into this. Still a long ways to go.
But if got Calvin Miller, he's made his way up to the field. One of the quicker cars, but he kind of needs to get going if he wants to catch Lyndon Smith. Lyndon's probably,
half a track ahead at this point.
Yeah, and that's a lot of ground to make up, but
he's got room underneath Lucas Hausenfluck, and there's one position for him as we're coming up on a commercial break. Don't change that channel. Back with more Hornet A-Main after this on the CW11. You're watching Home Track Heroes on CW11. I am Caleb Hart. He is Derek Hobbs, and we've got a new race leader here in the Interstate Battery Hornet Division. Calvin Miller has been good on Das Boot as he is up in front. Bobby Fischer in the second spot. Lyndon Smith had that huge advantage of his just erased during a commercial break, and now back in third and fighting for his life. In fact, he's faded back to fifth this time through the boot, so a lot happens.
I told you.
That's why we say don't change that channel.
Told you he's fast.
He is very fast and looking for a race win with just 3 laps to go here. So Calvin Miller, good job. Smooth like butter on a roll. Fisher's second, waiting for something to possibly happen. Hausenfluck in the 33 has worked his way back into third place, and there's just a gaggle of cars stacking up about 5th, 6th, 7th right now. But time's going to go really quick here on the boot. Miller has got a huge advantage over Fisher as we come into 2 to go. This will be his second Hornet win of the season, if I remember right.
Yeah, and he doesn't have, there's like no traffic in front of him, so it's going to be a very, very tall task for Bobby Fisher to try to knock him off here.
Well, you never know. Disaster can happen. Cars can break. Errors will go down.
If anybody deserves something to happen to the guy in front of him, it's Bobby Fisher.
We would feel terrible for Calvin, but at the same time, Bobby could use a stroke of good luck. It'd be fine.
He had some serious bad luck last year.
He did. 1 to go from Miller. And down the back straightaway of the 5th mile, hooks the right-hand turn to the access road through the boot, into the bottom of turn number 3. Well, top of turn number 3 is the way he exited through there. And the bottom of 4, and our Interstate Battery Hornet winner is going to be Calvin Miller. Fisher 2, Howson Fluck 3, as we are quickly going to transition and get ready. It is stunt time, Derek. Mr. Dizzy back at Evergreen Speedway for the first time in a number of years.
Exactly a year.
Exactly one calendar year.
Exactly 1 year. He did a jump with a limo, and he's like, you know what? You can't fit enough people in a limo. You know what you need? A bus.
Let's jump a bus. So there he is in the America bus. Into the screen. There's going to be pyro and stuff, I'm sure of it. Down the front straightaway, off the ramp.
Ooh, he almost cleared the whole. See, the idea of setting up those cars is to land on them.
Yes, it's a comfort thing. So let's get a look down the front straightaway on the stud. Here's Dizzy on the bus. Man, that's a lot of speed.
He went up.
Well,
there's a lot of height.
The front end hitting first is the worst case scenario for him, right? The back end hitting does nothing because he's sitting right up the very front.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know how good he's going to feel after that one.
Mike's going to need some Advil. Another look down the front straightaway. He had a lot of speed. Wow.
Yeah, probably should have moved those cars out just. Inside. Oh my goodness.
In-bus footage.
Okay, here we go.
Wow. Pointing to the sky. And look how far up the bottom came. You can see the floorboards rattle.
Oh, we got a little slow-mo in front of the crowd. If this doesn't scream America, I don't know what does.
Boom. With the fireworks going off. All right, now watch the front end of this hit. Ooh. I wouldn't be walking for 3 days. Ish.
Ouch.
Give or take. All right, slow-mo from inside it. And again, look how high up he's pointing to the sky, and then watch the floorboards when he comes down and hits. And off the ramp. There's the fireworks going off. That was cool.
Around.
God, that looks like a Michael Bay film with the things just flying around.
Yeah,
right?
he looks like he's going to do like a front flip.
That's fantastic.
From that angle.
Well done to our videographer on that one for capturing that and slowing her down. That was fantastic. It is time for the buses, Derek. You know how much I love these.
We're not going to jump them. We're going to race them now.
That's right. They're on the figure 8 course. Our normal flagman, John Peterson, is in the 7 bus, and we're going to watch him take out all of his flagman aggression from the outside of the front row. We're not saying that John cheats at the bus racing. However, sometimes John cheats at the bus racing.
Wow, you're just gonna go out there
and you're gonna throw it out there. Okay. He is physical and aggressive and uses all that bus. He darn near bus blocks.
When I came on the show, I did not know I was gonna have to be a part of this, or he's gonna get mad at.
He can get mad at me. That's fine. The next time I see him, which will be never, he can get as mad as he'd like. 24 bus is Brian Duncan. They're in the front row. I have no idea what bus that is in the second row, but the 38 next to him is Jay Van Buskirk.
I think that's a 78 of Michael Duncan.
Okay. Third, more American flag bus action with no number on the left side.
I believe, Jeff Ritter.
Okay. And then there's a little tiny bus behind him, and that's Cody Day.
Yep.
We'll pick him up as we keep going. I know
Zach Bristol.
Yep, Zach's out there. Conley Graber's out there in 27. Dawson Cox is out there in the 59 bus, proving that he will drive anything.
That is, I believe. So we actually raced. So this is we had the bus race on Saturday, and that one caught on fire.
Oh no!
Well, got it fixed, and it got out here.
It's got its emergency lights on, which is the right way to. Is that John with the E lights on? He's just setting everybody else up, isn't he?
Oh, he's.
Oh, no, there's a tire that just came flying. Is that John's tire?
I think that was the. Oh,
yeah.
Punted that.
It nearly took out the
That
speedy
was nice.
cam.
That was nice.
Well done. Off the 57 bus? It was off one of them. All right, so Michael Duncan in the 78 bus is your leader. And now Peterson, and again, maybe he was just sandbagging the start. Maybe he wants to be in position to chase and not be the chaser.
Well, now that you say that, I think he's just blocking. I think that's what it comes down to.
Really?
See, here we go. So last race, Ritter actually got his bus to drift. So he was
that's
he
right.
was showing off to all the drift guys, that you can drift a bus. So.
Oh, wow.
But here he is. Jeff takes this very seriously.
Oh, no,
so.
the tire came off the 78 bus. Look at all that spark.
So I think Ritter just took the lead.
Okay. Now, was it the last time we saw the buses that the one got pile-driven in the intersection? Was that Conley?
No, that was
Ritter, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, Ritter got.
Oh, and see, there you go. Like I said, the cheater was just
John Peter.
He was waiting.
See, he just.
Yeah.
You know what? It's faster to go around the figure 8 track if you only go around the one corner. One corner.
And look, he's just trying. He's just trying to cause problems out there.
Where's the black flag? That's what I want. I mean, who's black flagging him?
Who's flagging this race? Do we know?
Maybe Kevin.
Is it John Ritter? Is it John Peterson's family?
I mean,
that's why
possibly.
they're letting him get away with this.
It looks like it. Yep, probably.
I see. All right. Yep, it's a nepotism deal. So, all right, Ritter's leading by a while, by a ways, by himself. Okay, now I'm rooting for the cheater bus to come back in and do things. There he is. Come on, John. Come on, John.
I think that one's just not wanting to go anywhere.
Yeah, and I think the Duncan bus is kind of just going to hang out up there in the corner. All right. Well, so be it. Oh, intersection getting good, though.
I like how he's floating some flags on the back to where, somebody can, like, kind of aim for that. It's like they're...
Aerodynamic, maybe?
You never know.
He's trying to get that trailing wind in behind him.
Maybe it helps him turn. See, there we go. See, it's like a or is it like a Matador thing?
Oh,
see, the drivers see the floating flags, so they're like, that's what I'm gonna go for.
So he's like running through the intersection, right?
Yeah.
He's flying that, and then Buskirk is looking at it, going, "I'm gonna get that flag," and he misses it. I think that's terrible for him.
I think that's part of its strategy.
Okay, John got the bus started again. By the way, I saw that. Well, this is also a big money bus race. I believe the winner gets $1 American.
You know what? Maybe 2.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go. We got.
That's the little tiny bus of Cody Day. You would think that it's got a cornering advantage because of the shorter wheelbase.
Here's the thing. It used to be when we first started doing this, the shorter buses, they were doing laps around everybody.
Yeah, dominant.
But the bigger buses said no. And they have worked on their speed. Like they have really, really, said no. We're not going to let these short buses, dominate here. We need to show some big bus action. And I was scared what I was going to say right there. I'm not going to lie.
Big bus action.
Big bus action.
It's the kind of thing you pay more for in Vegas. I get it.
I'm glad this is the last segment. So there we go.
Yeah.
That was a good spin.
Around goes Brian Duncan. I don't know which bus that Day is chasing, but I'm impressed by it. It's making good turns. And he hasn't allowed Day to take him out yet. This is not supposed to be bumped past bus racing. Then Buskirk into the American flag bus, which was leading or something.
I think so.
Well, I think Van Buskirk might be the Van Bus leader. Listen, it's all made up, right? They're running for $1 American.
This is serious.
Is this the World Championship of bus racing?
I'm pretty sure we have 13 scores.
Did I miss the memo?
We have more scores for this than there are for a regular race.
Well, this is the only time that some of these guys get to compete. Look, Van Buskirk is going around in the Van Buskirk bus.
Man, I don't know what. I want to know what number that is because
is it Conley?
It might be.
I don't
is it
see
Conley?
a 27.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
Oh, 27. I see it in the back window. It's Conley.
How can you see in the back window?
It's written on the back window.
Is it?
Yes.
Like at the tail?
Like in the tail of the.
Okay.
Watch right.
Let's go, camera. You've got eagle eyes.
You know what? I had carrots this morning, so.
Okay.
I'm telling you, 27. See, right there.
Oh, okay.
And it is in the back.
Derek Bugs Bunny.
Oh my!
Hobbs.
That was literally the only reason I'm on the broadcast was to to notice that.
To spot that bus?
That's what I'm here for.
Oh, washing way wide as day in the little tiny bus. Notice how I'm not calling it the bus that is short.
Yeah, no, we can't do
you've got
that.
Oh, they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, that was cheating.
It was.
Oh, that was so
he
cheating.
took the short way around.
Oh, but
Okay.
No, we got a crossover coming. Graber is going to cross him over, coming in the corner. He's going to get some help from Ritter. Yeah, Ritter. Oh, and then he's going way wide. He's opening the door. He's in trouble here. He might get cleaned out. We're going to have some bus-on-bus violence through the intersection.
He's taking it easy.
And we
Or is
still
he
got
setting him
nine-
up?
Oh,
Oh, see, there were the Olay thing worked that one.
That worked
see,
perfect.
that worked right there. That was totally to his advantage.
That bus has got some gangster lean in it.
It's-
The little tiny one. It's around the corner.
They kind of all the Conley's bus is leaning pretty hard too.
I'll bet you Cody's like blaring some Too Short in there, right? He's just bumping.
I mean,
Gangster lean.
I think you have to.
Derek.
I
Yeah.
think you have to.
Look at that speed that he's getting. And now watch. Look at the change of direction. In and around. He's waving hi to John. He probably pulled the tear off.
He
and had
has,
time
but
to
he has
sign
the
it as he
door.
threw
He's
it.
hanging the door out. So
Is he?
Yeah. So he saw what Jeff was doing. He's like, I'm going to hang a door out for people to aim.
Oh, that's not very aerodynamic. But let's face it, these are buses. Aerodynamics just do not come into play much.
Do we really know that though?
Could we bus in the wind tunnel? Let's
has
call
there
some
been
of our
I don't-
NASCAR friends.
I don't think there's been enough testing. I'm
All
not
right.
gonna lie.
All right, we'll call some of our NASCAR friends and we'll get a bus in a wind tunnel so that way we can optimize it.
Oh,
Whoa, that was close.
Man, I feel that. I feel what was that the 24? I feel he's been taken advantage of.
He has. Yep. So that's
because he's the medium bus.
right. Yeah. So that's Ritter in the 65, who's actually looking like racy and sporty here.
Yeah.
And he's starting to get it. Like he's trying to catch the little tiny bus. The little tiny bus is too quick, and he's not getting in trouble in the little tiny buses, Cody.
I think. Well.
Although now he's got a traffic jam.
Yeah.
Look at this.
See, all the big buses are like, little guy, you need to. Is he gonna spin it?
Oh, that's just
Oh,
mean.
20. Man,
Where's
I'm
the
starting
black
to feel
flag
bad.
for rough driving? Well, if he punts Peterson, you know it's coming.
Oh, for sure,
Right?
sure.
Now, why he's gonna play so nice.
Nope.
And
Oh, no.
No, Peterson punts him.
Oh, my.
Knocks the back door open.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Ritter, where you at? Get up in there. Come on, make it a race. Oh, Ritter couldn't capitalize. All right, so that's the
there's
zero
that.
bus of Bristol.
Yeah.
Wow, look at him with the counter steer around the corner.
That wasn't too bad. That was some good
I
bus
would
driving there.
guess that's Van Bus, Kirk's
Oh.
Van Bus. Yep, it is, in the 38. In and around. Oh, Cody escaped both of them. See, now he's just on evasion mode, right? I give all these guys all the room. It'll be fine.
See, it's like because he's on his own. He's the
What?
only smaller bus.
He's like the
And-
lone Eskimo out there, right?
I don't know what
Okay.
that.
What
I
is
don't
it
know.
that Bristol has written down on the side of his...
Pea shooter.
Pea shooter.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been on there. I don't know why.
Okay.
That's normally driven by Jillian Lapato, I believe.
Ah,
But-
okay.
So she just wasn't available for this one, I guess. So
gotcha.
Zach got to jump in there. So
Well, parting
Right
to the
down the
Red
laps.
Seas here as Day is making his way through. 2 to go in the bus race. Back door flapping open, just waiting to pick up passengers. Kind of tries to close itself.
I don't even know how many buses are we down. Oh, there. Okay, so we're
We
down
got
at
1,
least 2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 still running in some form or fashion. We started 9, so we're only down 3.
So scoring has Jeff. So Jeff does do some scoring. So he might have done something to the computer.
Did he bribe the scorers?
I think he gave it a virus of some sort that just
Okay.
keeps him in the lead.
Right.
See, look at there. I mean, he got the white flag right there. So evasive action.
Huh. Well, all right. It says Ritter, but we think we know who won.
Well,
We'll just treat it like whose line is it anyway? The points are made up. The rules don't matter.
it's like the voting machines,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
We've
no,
tried to get-
we were going to say
we've tried to
gonna
get
be
really-
political. Oh no,
yeah.
okay. 24. I mean, it's fitting that
we
they're
know
facing
that,
the wrong way.
We know 24 didn't win.
That's
for
true.
sure.
Even if it was the most spins, maybe.
The voting machines would
They're-
agree that he did not win.
Maybe so.
All right. Well, we're not done. We got more. We told you we're getting weird towards the end of the show. It's demo derby time here on Home Track Heroes. Yes, we haven't destroyed enough. The buses leaving wanton carnage and chaos. The 5 is Mike Cadell, 46 Phil King, 52 Kevin Buckmeyer, 157 Trevor Graham, and the 191 is back, albeit it's not a taxi anymore. That is Caleb Robinson. Demo Derby time. This segment on Home Track Heroes brought to you by Coastal Community Bank. Communities are middle name. Our bankers take time to understand your business and help move it forward. Now celebrating 25 years, Coastal Community Bank is an equal housing member FDIC. Equal housing lender member FDIC. There we go. Easy for me to say. All right.
Easy.
So plenty of space here in this Demo Derby.
And we wet down the track so they can't get super good traction.
Robinson with a nice strike with the back of the rig. That looked good.
Is this like Robinson's third event of the show?
Something like that. And it's the first one in the America painted car in this one. He had the taxi cab earlier in the Extreme Bump to Pass, remember?
Yes.
I don't know if he had... Did he have a mini Bump to Pass?
What a hit right there.
Wow. He's at least becoming a fan favorite. That's a nice rear to front collision.
So we got, it's got three people that are big fans of America and 2 that are not in this, is what I'm seeing here.
Is it? But, yeah. Oof. It's okay. Sometimes red, white, and blue are the expensive colors. I don't know why it looks like you've got the multicolored Barney Mobile in the 157. That's not the paint scheme I would have chosen.
I think Caleb watched too much of Beckel in his race, and so decided to just go with that short end back. Maybe just go on. Missing the whole back.
There was sparkage going on there. I saw it. The thing is you want to strike with the back though in these things, because more often than not, in a Demo Derby, you see guys strike the radiator, and the radiator pops, and then the engine overheats, and that more often than not is what causes these cars to not be able to go anymore. So they're just getting all up in them Uke tires. Uke tires had been innocent and left alone for a couple of segments, and now we're back up and we're hurting them.
They really made a comeback. The Uke tires made a comeback. Been good members of society. Didn't get in the way of anybody, but
Yeah, now people are getting angry at them again. Apparently they were staring at the 157 of Trevor Graham a little weird.
We have fireworks in the background now.
Ooh, bang. Bang, bang. Look at that. It's majestic and stuff. So I think the car over in the Uke tires is Dunsky. That might be Cadell.
I think, okay, so we're down one. This one, we might be down. See? On the 4th of July, your car had to be red, white, and blue.
And the Rockets red glare. I thought he was going to take it out on the car that wasn't moving. That would have been fun. Cheap shots are okay, people. Remember, teach your children that. As it is the 46 of King, the 52 of Buckmeyer, and the 191 of Robinson are the 3 still running, and it's all the American flag cars still running, too.
See, I told you. You have to. On the 4th of July, can anybody else win? It has to be. Oh. Did somebody just lose an axle?
Oh, there's a tire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, there's the axle still attached.
Yeah, so and that was a 46.
And Graham was lying in the weeds. I saw him move. The car that lost the axle's still moving.
Yeah, that's the 40. I think it's the 46.
Okay, so King's going to get the style points for trying to run without the...
No, it's the 191 maybe then.
Is it?
I don't know.
Caleb with the C is going sans...
Nope, he has his.
You sure? Look in the right rear of that thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the 52's got all his. It's the 191. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. Okay, so look in the right rear of the 191 next time you get a shot. If you can even turn right. Oh, he's lining her up. He's going to try to make the back strike here, but that's going to be really hard.
But it's getting in the way. So.
Okay, we're getting close.
Oh, that guy, I don't think that guy's... That guy was
he's lying in the weeds again.
That was waiting way too long. I think that one's probably been... I don't know.
Okay, well, we're going to... 52's still kind of running. They're talking it over.
Decision here.
It's smoking up a storm. John's out. All right, yeah, we got our winner. It's going to be Kevin Buckmeyer in the 52. Yay, look how happy he is. I love the emotion. It's the thrill of victory, is it not, Derek? Well, we can wrap this show up. That was weird, but it was great. Great Home Track Heroes once again, as we love our USA Birthday Bash and celebration. We did a lot of cool stuff. So coming up on the show, the next time here on Home Track Heroes, we're going to have Pro Late models. We're going to have street stocks, mini stocks, and we're going to have the Washington Midget Racing Association. So that's coming up next Sunday night. But the next time you can come to the track, it's the Figure 8 Nationals. All of our Figure 8 divisions going for 50-lap A main events.
50 laps each.
You can be in the grandstands, and there's nothing like being in the grandstands at Evergreen Speedway, so come and check that out. That is Saturday the 16th.
Yep.
Also, Summer Showdown coming up the week after that. It's a Friday-Saturday affair. We're going on the 5/8s, and it's super late models and pro late models. If you're a late model fan, it's the best show of the year. You won't want to miss it coming up the 22nd and 23rd.
We also just added a VIP ticket to that, which includes food, some drinks. So hop on Evergreen Speedway, check that out. And if you want to see stuff like this that we just saw,
Yep.
fair.
It's only a little ways away.
It's coming up. It's coming up. So that's kind of your next. We'll have monster trucks and demo derby, bump to pass, all that kind of stuff.
Perfect. You got lots to check out. EvergreenSpeedway.com is the place to see it. For Derek Hobbs, I am Caleb Hart. Thanks for tuning in here to Home Track Heroes. We'll see you next Sunday night here on the CW11.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on CW11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.